Political parties in Taiwan have their eyes on the clock as it ticks down to this Saturday's presidential and parliamentary polls. The three major ones are making the most of the time that they have left to get their message across to the island's nearly 20 million eligible voters. The opposition Kuomintang party, or KMT, is holding a big rally in its stronghold, Chiayi city. Meanwhile, the island's leading presidential candidate, William Lai, from the ruling Democratic Progressive Party, says that if he is elected, he wishes to reopen dialogue with China based on equality and mutual respect.
Peace is priceless and war has no winners. Taiwan will stand together with the international community in being a proactive contributor to peace and stability. Our values unite us and give us common purpose. We will ensure a future of democracy, peace, and prosperity in the Indo-Pacific region.
KMT candidate Ho Wen-je has slammed the DPP for advocating independence. He stressed that the island's future will only be decided by all Taiwanese, not by any single party. The candidate from the Taiwan People's Party, Ko Wen-je, has also pressed for renewed dialogue with China and the avoidance of confrontation with Beijing. For more, Deborah Wong joins us. She's live from the KMT rally in Chiayi City that's taking place right now. Deborah, we're 4 days to the polls now. What does Mr. Ho's strategy for the KMT in Chiayi look like?
Well, Chiayi County is where Kuomintang presidential candidate Ho Wen-je was born and raised. He spent his formative years here, so we would definitely be able to see him banking on this background to appeal to voters here. You know, as we go around town, we're seeing campaign posters saying Chiayi 出总统, which means vote for president from Chiayi. And throughout this entire rally, which started at about 5:30 p.m., we're hearing party members shout on stage, 革命党支持革命党, which means we support our own people. But you know, Ho Wen-je at the same time has also acknowledged that this remains one of the toughest electoral districts to win over, basically because Chiayi County is a DPP stronghold. And you know, this county is traditionally a DPP stronghold because in the last 4 presidential elections, the DPP has always secured a voter base here. In fact, during the 2020 presidential elections, the DPP candidate secured 100,000 more votes than the Kuomintang. And in fact, you know, presidential candidate for the DPP, William Lai, he has reiterated that if Taiwan wants to win big, they must win big in Chiayi County. So it's no surprising that this region really is a place to look at. It is also politically interesting because this rally right now is happening in Chiayi City. Now, Chiayi City may be geographically located within Chiayi County, but it is an autonomous municipality, which means it is run separately from Chiayi County. And Chiayi City is where voters here have voted for a Kuomintang mayor since 2018. So Ho Wen-je could very well be, you know, pinning all his hopes on securing the voter base here at the same time while appealing to the voters in the DPP stronghold in the surrounding Chiayi County.
Deborah, there are a number of issues on the minds of voters for these elections. What are some of the key ones that have dominated the election process so far?
Well, it's definitely cross-Strait relations for sure. You know, we're seeing it come up across all parties during the rallies, and we're expecting again to hear it later as Ho Wen-je makes his speech during the rally right now. And opposition parties, Kuomintang as well as Taiwan People's Party candidate Ko Wen-je, now both Ho and Ke have been talking about, you know, how the election really is a choice between war and peace. The two of them are keen to restart high-level talks with Beijing, and it's something that the DPP candidate William Lai has cautioned against. You know, he's cautioning against over-reliance on the Chinese economy. In fact, during a press conference earlier this morning with the foreign press, the DPP candidate William Lai, as well as his running mate Xiao Bi-kim, reiterated that the election is not just about the president or the vice president, but it's also about securing the legislative majority, because who they vote into the legislature will also impact Taiwan's policies, especially during the navigation with the challenges of with China. Back to you.
All right, Deborah, thank you very much for that, for keeping on top of what's happening there in Chiayi. Deborah Wong there reporting from us live from the KMT rally there in Chiayi in Taiwan.